What? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Casey. Gosh dang, man, I think my graphics card is gonna die soon. I don't even know. Like, I have a Radeon graphics card that's like 3 or 4 years old now. Actually, it's probably not that old. It's probably only like two years old. But I always say three. Actually, no. Let's take the back. It's three. Let's just solve it right now. It's three. It's actually a 4890, and it's a really cool one. You can do all this little overclocking bullcrap and whatnot, and set all the. I think all of them you can do that now, and you can set the a manual fan speed. So I'll like wake up in the morning if I want. Like, ooh, I just hit my cup. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see the temperature on my CPU is like in the 60. It's like 64 degrees Celsius, and I'm probably like talking above what some of you might know, but graphics cards in computers are actually meant to run hotter than, let's say, your actual CPU. Look at that teabag. So in the morning, my room will be like really hot, and I have trouble sleeping at night as it is, but then I'll like wake up sweating. I can't wake up because when it's hot in my room, I have a hard time actually just waking up, and I'll have to go and I'll have to turn my fan on my graphics card to like 50% to get it back down into the 40s. So I mean, like, it's like I have my own little air conditioner sitting right underneath my desk, and pretty cool. But anyways, for you guys who don't know me, my name is Casey. I think I've already said that, but you know, oh well. Actually, I know probably some of you guys are going, what the freak? You're playing Black Ops? Oh my gosh. And I also said that I was going to like throw up some Crysis 2, what is that? The campaign, gameplay. I'm going to do that. I promise. I just wanted to use this and get this out of the way because I wanted to clear up some space. So I wanted to make this video and get rid of it. And the only reason I'm actually using this, it's not for like the score. It's not for, the great awesome things that I do in a game or whatever, blah blah blah. It's actually because we're playing against some employees from Treyarch. And I know what you guys might be saying. How do you know? How do you know that these guys are from Treyarch? Well, for one, the big dead giveaway was the Treyarch clan tag. And if you don't know, normal people, normal everyday public people who go in and set clan tags can't put 3ARC or 3ARC, I think that's what it is. You can't use that. It's forbidden or prohibited or whatever you want to call it. So that was pretty cool. We actually played 2 games in a row, and I have to say, these guys camp. Oh my gosh, man. They're, it's so bad. They were camping like hardcore, tack inserting. Tack inserting is cool, all that cool stuff and all that great. It just seemed like so many of them were there, just flat jacket in one room, and in the same room they had a ghost guy. Like, the ghost guy was like, I just died from a window, right? Well, I would go in that room and there would be like 2 or 3 guys sitting in there, just like, what? And I didn't understand it. But we actually, I want to spoil it, we won. We actually played 2 games. This game I got a better score, so I decided to use this. It really seemed like, they could kill me in like an instant. Watch this. Betty. I don't know. Why did he spawn? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about the game. I usually talk about things you guys can relate to, but I'm pretty sure what I'm about to say, it's kind of like you can relate to this. You ever feel like you're playing a game or whatever, and it just seems like, wow, they can kill me so much faster, and it just, I don't know. It seemed like they were like on the server, like right next to it, because no matter what we did, they could just turn around and shoot us and kill us, and it was like so easy for them. And they weren't necessarily very good, but whatever. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, let me get away from all this gaming stuff. I want to talk to you guys about Assumption. I've already kind of mentioned Assumption back in, all this drama bullcrap that I used to have, and I'm kind of the person now where I get tired of things, and then I just put it all behind me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care anymore. People do things, I do things, we all do really dumb things, and I've met some really cool people over the past 2 weeks, right? And it's funny because, we're all human beings. We all go through the same really retarded things. Like, you could insult somebody, and it's funny because I bet you could turn around, and if you would have known that, known that person, but in a different circumstance, you could have been their best friend. And that's the bad part, because I think the way that we get off on our like a really bad foot sometimes, it's really harmful to like our relationships and our friendships and stuff. But what more I don't like is when there's something going on and people assume things that they know all the facts to, and they don't. I mean, of course they don't. They're only going off of what their friends. And I'm guilty of this. You're guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. You know, if you're not, you're a liar. Whatever. You know, you're greater than I am. I don't care. I mean, look, I'm basically saying this. You know, before you make your decisions, before you say, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this, make sure you know the facts and don't base your decision just on what someone else says, even if it's your friend. Make sure you gather what you know about what's the situation or the person or whatever. Make sure you gather all those information and details yourself. I've gone over this before, but it kind of came up, you know, it's coming up so much in the past like month, and it's just like, what the frick, you know? And this is my only way of getting over it. I guess you could say I'm such a crybaby, whatever. No, no, in all seriousness, I have a family member who, let's just say they went to the hospital and got really good treatment, right? Well, turns out something didn't go their way later on, and you know, at the time they were really happy with the treatment. They said it was the best that they had gotten, but something had gone wrong with the insurance. Well, turns out about a week later, that bill ended up costing them $6,000 or something like that. You know, some outrageous number. Because you know how, you know, hospital bills can, you know, rack up even with insurance. And what the stupid part is about insurance is hospitals will actually charge you less if you don't have insurance. But here's the flip side of that. Medications cost a ton more when you don't have insurance. Let's say like this. My neighbor has to take Neurontin, and so do I. Neurontin is a pain medication used for like tingling in the legs. I also have like leg cramps and bad circulation, blah blah blah. It's called neuropathy in the legs, right? And it also have in arms. Well, Neurontin fixes that, and it's just medical terms that I can spit out to you, whatever. I call her my grandma, but we're not really related in any way, even though she quote unquote adopted us, or me at least. And you know, she has to pay like, I think it's like $100 and something for maybe 40 pills of Neurontin. And you know, back when I had insurance, that is, I only had to pay like $4. But now that I don't have insurance, it's like, whoa, you know. So insurance is kind of cool like that. But, you know, back to the main story. My family member, you know, got boned with the insurance. It wasn't even the hospital's fault. Something had gone wrong with the insurance, and it was, you know, whatever. And so she just turns around and starts saying, oh, that was the worst service I ever got from that hospital, blah, 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 and then this and that and this and that, you know. No, I'm not judging anybody, but the sad part is I've heard judgments based off of, you know, I've heard bad things about a hospital only because of what she says. Now, I want to say this before I go on, because I know I'm going to listen to this later, and I'm going to go, wow, man, I should have said this. You can say 100 positive things about a company, but it's that one negative thing that's going to ruin them. And I don't know if you guys know this, but, you know, I guess the phrase is 10 bad things go farther than 100 good things, or 1,000 good things. And that's true. People will hear the bad part of things before they will hear the good. You know, you might hear something, oh, like, yeah, they're great. Yeah. But people, here's the thing about people. They have this doubt that's inside of them. Like they have a bad problem trusting people. Like I have a bad problem trusting people myself because of, you know, how we've grown up in certain situations or whatever. I have a really bad problem with trusting people. Well, whenever someone tells me, well, he's cool, you know, or that place is good, I'm not so sure. I don't know. I don't want to give my faith in too quick. But whenever someone says they're bad, don't go there, I'm like, whoa, I don't want to trust them because I know someone who went there, and I don't want to go there. So, before I even give them a chance, I say no. And, you know, and that's really bad of me, because maybe I should give them a chance. Maybe people should give them a chance before they make their judgments and base their decisions off of things before, you know, things even happen. And I don't know, just something to think about, you know, just something to think about. You know, I know this isn't depressing or anything. It's not like great, but it's just something that's been on my mind. and I figured I should talk about it, let you guys tell me what you think, if you have any stories, situations, whatever. I want to know. I want to hear it. I want to hear your guys' side of things. It'd be really cool. But anyways, that's the end of the game. As you can see, didn't do really that great, but it was fun. Kid Fan and Some Lord actually sent one of them a message, and they said, good game back. You know, pretty good stuff. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys later. Peace.